Hi, thanks for joining me. This is a tutorial on Bird of Paradise pose. So Bird of Paradise is a standing balance. It's also a hip opener, a hamstring stretch, and there's a bind thrown in there as well. So it's also a shoulder stretch. Make sure you warm up well before you begin. Maybe try some shoulder stretches like in cow face pose or puppy pose, some hamstring stretches like forward folds or pyramid pose, and hip openers like pigeon pose and compass pose. Okay, so we'll begin. So to come into Bird of Paradise, we need to set up with our feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Now we're going to fold forward, hinge from the hip joints, and come down, taking the hands to the floor. So I'm going to use my right leg for my Bird of Paradise leg. So come up on the right tiptoes. You want to bend the right leg and then take your right hand and thread the arm underneath, taking the hand around you. Lift up the left hand and bring it around behind the back. See if you can grab hold of the wrist or the fingertips and set up the bind. So once you're here, shift your weight onto the left leg. Bend the knee slightly and nice and slowly coming up. So press the shoulders down, engage the core, and then inhale, extend out through your right leg for Bird of Paradise pose. Try and lift the chest, keep the shoulders rolling back, and keep reaching up with your right leg. And then bend the leg and release the bind, and you're done. So I hope that was helpful and clearly broke down how to get into Bird of Paradise pose for you. It's quite a complex pose, it's quite a challenging balance. So obviously you need to have the flexibility in your hamstrings to be able to extend the leg, but there's also the quad strength involved to be able to really put some power into it and reach that foot up towards the ceiling. So if you have trouble extending the leg, then just keep the leg bent, and you can always work towards that as you open up your hamstrings more. Also, if you have trouble getting the bind, then please just use a strap. And again, that will gradually, if you can walk your hands towards each other using the strap, will help you to open your shoulders up more so that you can complete the bind. Please let me know how you get on, and thank you so much for practicing with me.